One. Okay.
Welcome back to The Morning Toast. We are freaking out, you guys, because we are sitting down virtually with someone we discuss here all the time on The Morning Toast.
At least once a week.
At least.
When we recap Beverly Hills.
Please welcome to the show, Dorit Kemsley.
Woo!
Hi, Dorit.
Hi, guys. How are you?
We are good.
We're amazing.
We have to preface this interview by telling you that we stand so hard. Your looks this season are just breathing life into the season, and it's an already good season. So we just have so much to talk to you about. But before we do, we just need to say thank you for everything that you're bringing, like physically and
Looks,
mentally, spiritually
glam.
to the season.
Thank you so much. Wow, you have made my Friday. You've made me
Okay. We literally I have so many questions for you. We just watched this week's episode. And to be honest, like, we don't know if the way that we feel about, the current situation is how most people are feeling, but I really feel like you are taking the really mature route on this whole Brandi Denise drama, like really not concerned with whether or not it's true, but just like, should we be talking about this, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And we see next week's season finale snuck up on us so fast.
It did.
This is where Denise kind of cuts with the filming. You hear you say that she blocked you. And we thought you and Denise had a beautiful friendship, especially in Italy. Like, we were really impressed with how you guys just kind of weathered the storm. Where do you guys stand now?
Denise and I are friends. I mean, I don't think that that's a secret.
Great.
I've said it multiple times, and I'm happy to say Denise and I have a great friendship. She's somebody that I connected with very quickly when I met her for the first time 2 years ago. When I was going through a hard time, she really lent herself in such a soft, kind way. And, I don't forget those things. And we really bonded. And I think she's very funny. And I think she's sweet and kind and caring and all of those things. And, I don't know Brandi well. In fact, I met her and inside of the first 30 seconds, she insulted me. And, if there is a story which, I have to believe either my friend or somebody I don't know anything about and hasn't been very nice. I mean, it's clear I'm going to be on Denise's side.
Right.
And then I think that there's a level, where you don't go, and what's the purpose? Why are you doing this? What are you doing this for? Which is what
totally.
I can understand.
And it does feel like on Beverly Hills, you guys do stay above that level most of the time. Everyone has things that they don't want to share on the show, but that grace wasn't awarded to Denise in this instant. And that's what seems unfair.
Right.
Well, I mean, listen, there's the flip side to that. And the truth is, we are on a reality show where we are showing our entire lives. And there's been plenty of things that maybe we don't get to pick and choose what we want to show and what we don't want to show. We just don't, because you put yourself out there. And there's the curiosity of the audience and the producers' jobs and the network's jobs and, the cast job and is really to show the reality of the situation and everything, the good, bad, the ugly. So that's the alternative argument. And I do understand that. I think as far as women go and us women, it's something, none of the women in our group, in our core group, brought this information to the table. They didn't. The information was brought from Brandi to the group. And then, of course, there is this argument, well, what happens then? It's out there. The information wasn't delivered to me. Had it been delivered to me, I wouldn't have done it the way it was done, but I have a different relationship with Denise. I would have done it very differently, and I certainly wouldn't have made it very public. And I certainly wouldn't have talked about some of those sordid details.
At the baby shower, when you found out that Brandi was going to be in attendance, did you shoot Denise a text and let her know, or she genuinely just decided not to show up and it was like perfect timing for her?
She actually had FaceTimed me before the baby shower had started, before I knew Brandi was coming, that she was sick and she couldn't come.
Okay.
So I don't know if she had any wind of it or what, but she, she did FaceTime me telling me she couldn't come because she was sick. And then Brandi ended up showing up at the end of the baby shower.
Got it.
I think another reason why we've really connected with this season is that glam is like a topic of conversation.
It's at an all-time high.
And aside from the actual looks, it was actually a part of the storyline. Some of the fighting, you know, when you showed up late to Malibu, which I was totally on your side. Like, I just thought Kyle was being so unreasonable. Can you talk a little bit about, like, what does your day look like when you film? I know on the trip, I'm sure it was back to back with glam and then daytime and then nighttime. But what is an actual day in the life of a housewife when you're putting these looks together? What does that look like?
So for me, I mean, it depends on my mood, obviously whatever we're doing, but I love to put looks together. I love to play. It's a space that I really enjoy, you know, the fashion space and the glam space. I love it. It's who I am. I enjoy doing it. So I choose an outfit, I put together the look, and then I've got a great team. Justine Marjan, who is my hairstylist and very dear friend. She's one of my best friends. We've been working together for a number of years. And, you know, I trust her. She knows me so well. So once I've put together the look, I'll collaborate with her and decide how I want to do my hair. And she just, you know, she kills it. She really
kills it.
Time and time again. She's so next level. It's fantastic for me because I get to work with, you know, my friends. And we get and when you have a similar vision and you understand one another, you know each other so well, you can really have a great time at it. And I think that that's what you're seeing, the byproduct of that. So that's the process for me. I choose an outfit, I put it together, sometimes the night before. If we're traveling, then obviously I'll pack a couple of days before and put together a few different looks. And then other times when I don't have the time and I know I'm shooting, and keep in mind, I've got 2 little ones and businesses. And so life is always very crazy and very busy. I could just literally be grabbing something as I'm going, you know, or throwing something together after the fact. You know, if I do have my hair and makeup done and it's low key, then I'm going for a low key outfit, you know, kind of more comfort.
Yeah. What has been your favorite look that you've worn this season?
We'll tell you ours.
It's so hard.
I need to hear yours because it's really hard. There's so many that I love.
You know, mine is actually not that obvious, you know?
I don't think mine is
Do you
either.
think we have the same one?
I think the
Lunch in Italy?
The Fendi one.
No.
Okay.
Lunch with Kyle in Italy when you wore that big black like scrunchie around your hair. It was just so understated and so elegant and just so different.
I know. I loved that. I felt the same. And it wasn't kind of what I was going for. Again, the outfit really spoke to the way I wore my hair and my makeup.
Yes, because you almost looked like you were going to a funeral. And some could say that lunch might have been the funeral of your and Kyle's friendship. Some could say. What was yours?
No, I think we're talking about the same one because she was wearing the Fendi tights and the Fendi boots and the trench and the scrunchie.
Yes.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
And it was like, it's not the most obvious one, but it was so like delicate and low key and just
subtle.
Apt. And also like Fendi and Rome, it was perfection. It was perfection.
I agree. And I also wearing those Italian designers in Italy, in Rome. I mean, for me, I just felt like it was paying respect.
Yes.
I was having a love affair with Versace last year. I mean, I just thought everything she did, you know, I was drawn to. And so I think my favorite, and it's really hard because there's so many that I love. It's hard to pick favorite. It's like children.
Totally.
Like I can't pick favorite of my children. I love them both, you know.
It wouldn't be right.
I really, really loved the Versace suit. And that was a lot of fun because it kind of came together. It was brought to me. I've got a wardrobe stylist that I've worked with for many years. She's also a dear friend. She's in New York City. And she'll send me some things. I mean, we've known each other a long time. It's great when people really know you because I don't have time to shop these days. Mm-hmm. So, you know, a lot of things will get sent and then I kind of pick and choose. And when I was putting it together and I had all of these Versace accessories laid out, I was actually putting it together and I was pinning things all over. And then I put on the belt. And I couldn't decide which belt I liked. So I kind of had them both up. And then I was like, wait a minute, I kind of like them together. So then I stacked the belts.
Wow.
I mean, I stacked the belts and then I ended up putting even hairpins on the jacket.
Oh, wow.
So for me, that was such a fun look. I had a necklace wrapped around my wrist. And I like outfits like that. I like when it kind of, you know, there's a little bit of me that, you know, there's a uniqueness and originality. There was an outfit I wore, a Prada set. It was to Denise's infamous
pony.
Barbecue with the pony. Well, that I actually cut the Prada shirt because I wanted it to be level with the pant, and it was a high waist pant. I didn't want to tuck it in because it had a cute little belt around the pant, and it bunched too much. So I actually cut it, and then with that piece, I sewed a hair scarf and then put it in my hair. So
brilliant.
that look came together, and I love things like that.
I mean, honorable mention to the Attico dress you wore to Kyle's event. That was just
sickening,
show-stopping. Give birth to it, throw it in a blender,
mix it up,
reference it, not reference it. It was just fucking brilliant. Like, and I can imagine how much time that takes. And we want, as viewers, we want to let you know, like, we appreciate it so much. It elevates the show to a completely different level, which is, I think, what really sets it apart from other franchises. It's like these looks. It's like, it's Milan Fashion Week.
It's like a magazine. It's something that we like maybe used to get from other mediums that now with so many people watching reality TV, you guys are like kind of what we used to get from maybe a show like Gossip Girl.
Yes.
Girl, Sex in the City. Exactly.
Yes, like those looks that are really curated and have like a theme and an idea to them. You guys are serving up on Beverly Hills, and it does not go unnoticed.
No, it does not.
I'm so glad too, because that's the when I get teased for it, I say to myself, I mean, you're not going to change me. I enjoy that is what I like doing. So
it's so lame.
It's so lame when people tease others, like for
being creative.
Yeah, it's like an art.
Exactly, or for grooming. It's like, why would you tease someone for wanting to look nice? Too.
Yeah,
can't relate.
For their job, like that they're showing up to, because it's not just you're going to a workout event for Teddy, like yes, it's that, but it's also like
on TV.
You're recording like a show that so many people watch, and it's going to be out there, people watching it for years and years and years, and like that look is going to have legs.
Exactly. Also, I was wearing Beverly Beach leggings.
You don't have to defend yourself, Dorit. You looked sickening. The beach down. You looked sickening. Gag-worthy. You walked in. I'm like, yes, I'm glad she's late, and she's not even late because she said she was only coming for half the fucking day.
I love you.
And also, it's so important that you take those pictures. Those pictures are so important, like
so important.
I mean, that's the whole thing, is that why waste such a good look? I want to see it. And I know other people want to see it. You know, I'm literally making that time. And that takes a matter of minutes. This is not like, let's just book a half a day for a photo shoot. It's not like that. It's all the photo shoot. You snap a few pictures, you know.
We all do it.
We all do
it.
it.
Yes, I know. Exactly. And that's the gram, isn't it?
It's the gram. Can you tell us a little bit about the reunion? You guys filmed it remotely. Was Denise there?
Yes.
Love it. I'm so glad. I think she deserves a moment to explain herself.
Me too. I was so glad she was there. And in truth, she had said to me leading up that there was no way she wasn't going to be there. So I expected her to be there.
Oh, good.
There's always a lot of chatter in the press, and you know, it's hard because when conversations happen in the press, or the press takes it to the next level, and then we kind of operate with our hands behind our back because you can't answer every single thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad she was there. The reunion, although virtually, was epic. It was really incredible. It's definitely one you want to tune into.
Excellent.
Yeah, and that look was a lot of fun putting together. I mean,
sickening.
It's the reunion, so you have to have a lot of fun. I really loved the dress, and I loved the hair that I did. And as far as the actual content in the reunion, it's definitely worth tuning into. It's really good.
Do you think Denise is going to return?
I don't see why she wouldn't.
Oh.
I don't see why she wouldn't. I mean, I say that. She's friends with me. She's friends with Garcelle. You know, the only reason why someone wouldn't return is if they're either not friends with anyone in the group anymore, or if they just, you know, they're just not wanted, I suppose.
Right.
And I don't think it's either of those. That it's not neither of those. But I don't know. I mean, believe me, if you ask me, you could ask me all of those questions, but it's the powers that be that actually, Denise, that make those decisions. But I would think so, yeah.
Nice. Well, speaking of the powers that be, something that Denise said this season, she said, bravo, 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 which we now know is something that you say when you don't want something to air. Is that something that's like used often? Like, have other people said that over the course of your time on the show?
And like, we didn't ever get to see it?
No. Not. In fact, it's kind of the first time I've ever seen it.
Okay.
It's really not a tool to not get footage aired, you know, which is why Bravo deliberately put it in, because imagine that, you guys. Imagine if we could all arbitrarily choose what we wanted to air and not air. I mean, then we'd be producing a show, which we're not producers on.
Right.
No, I think that she had heard it. Some of the OGs, Kyle, Lisa Vanderpump, they had said that back in the day when they wanted to touch up their makeup, they would say it while they were, putting powder on their nose.
Oh.
But if it's anything juicy, oh no, it's never going to be removed from the show.
That's so interesting. One other breaking the fourth wall question, because there's this rumor going around that that Kyle and Teddy filmed the scene with Brandy and Kyle after you guys got back from Rome. So goes to say that they got the information about Denise
off camera,
and then they decided to bring it up in Rome and then film a scene where they're being told as if it's for the first time.
I didn't hear that. I mean, I was told in Rome, and it was told to me by the girls that they had filmed with Brandy and this had happened.
Okay.
So yeah.
I have another question for you, totally unrelated, but I just have, like, we've been waiting for this. Like, you're just gonna have to sit here for 2 hours. Sorry. It wasn't too long ago that you were the new girl. And I think in your first season, it was tough for you. Like, you didn't jive with everyone didn't jive with you. And now that you are kind of like a resident castmate and new girls come on, like, what is your, like, how do you decide to introduce yourself? Do you go out of your way to be nice to new girls? Because I know that you and Garcelle have a really great friendship, and I feel like you and Sutton get along really well, like your love of shopping. Are you doing that intentionally just because, like, you were the new girl once and it wasn't as easy for you?
Okay, so, and I really like you guys, so I feel like, heart open, on my hand, hand on my heart on my sleeve, whatever the word is. Here's the thing. I've always been that kind of girl that when I meet people, I kind of like everybody, and until you give me a reason not to, I'm warm and nice and kind, and I enjoy meeting people. And that's the way I always was. And then I applied that in the show. Didn't always work. And I kind of realized, when I had sort of met Teddy for the first time, I thought that we were friendly and then things were good. And then, she's texting me, and I felt like I kind of put my heart into her. And then when I watched the show back, her first season, there was just like all of the, like, this bashing and talking, and it was like so shocking to me. So it was like this whole new world I had to become adapted to. And so therefore, I kind of decided after that, okay, well, I'm going to approach it where I'm going to be myself and be nice and kind. If there's any kind of signs or reasons for me to go slowly, I'll do it. So I think that the long-winded answer that you're looking for is that Garcelle, when I first met her, it was just an easy connection. She was so fun, and it was just, our personalities connected. We had a great time, and I really liked her from the beginning. Sutton, on the other hand, things can come out of her mouth without thinking. She's quirky. I've gotten to know Sutton, so I can tell you she's so lovely. I really enjoy her. We have become friends. But in the beginning, I was like trying to figure her out, trying to understand, because I didn't really know, is she going to like me? Am I going to like her? Is she going to say something that's like so, extraordinary and shocking? And she does.
Yes, she does.
I guess that's kind of the beauty of the show, which I think is why she's such a good addition to the show. Truthfully.
I agree. Yeah, she brings something different.
Yeah, I think, like, at first I wasn't sure what her role was going to be. But I actually think she fits in really well. I think you guys the group, I think we speak on behalf of the fans, and we were ready to get Lisa Vanderpump out, like, from literally 5 years ago. Like, we have been riding this train. We are the conductors of the train. Get her off of the show. Like, I just think she's so toxic and manipulative. And, like, we were really believers in that. And I think a lot of people were like, well, where does the show go from here? She was on it from the beginning. She was an integral part of every storyline, sniper from the side. But now that we're here, I feel like you really get to see a lot more character development from you guys. There's more, like, real genuine friendships. Like, I think a lot of you guys hang out off camera.
We do.
That's beautiful.
And real genuine friendships. And even shooting, filming, or I would say filming, how best to say it. It feels like it's just, there's a freedom to it. There's like something that's sort of lifted. And I think that's why you're seeing a lot more developments in friendships and characters and so on. And I think that Lisa was, a very important part to the show for a very long time. And she had a very big fan base. She still has a very big fan base. And, it was her decision to leave. And I think that, maybe it was the best decision for her, for everybody. It felt different after she had left. There was definitely something that lifted or shifted. And I think
a lightness.
Yeah. Everybody across the board kind of felt it.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to watch it all play out. One final question.
Wait, I have one too.
Okay. So one each. Who is your favorite designer? Another toughie.
I don't have one favorite. It's funny because, obviously I'm a fashion lover, so I'm always tracking the fashion, and it depends. I mean, I think Dior's doing some incredible things, but 2 seasons ago was Gucci, and I've got designers that are not known designers that I really like and track. I could not give you one. I couldn't even give you 10 probably.
Okay, fair.
What do you think your monthly budget for glam and wardrobe is when you're filming?
I mean, that's hard. And I'm not sure I'd actually mention that.
Okay, fine. That actually wasn't my last question. My last question was, how is your house?
I love the house. I love the house.
It's beautiful.
So really great.
Do you have the party at your house next week?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it a housewarming?
It is a housewarming, and my husband and I developed a non-alcoholic champagne called Le Stouce that we launch at the party. We've got
fabulous.
a 16-foot champagne bottle in our pool. So you'll really see, the house is beautiful, and you'll get a chance to see it really for the first time this season, like kind of more done.
Oh, that's exciting.
Fabulous. Well, Dorit, we absolutely loved having you here. I know your time is so precious. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all you do and just saving the show. And you're just everything of the sort. Keep doing you. Never apologize for who you are. Bring the looks, bring the hair, bring the attitude. We are here and we are living for it.
I love it.
Love you.
So amazing. Thank you.
Bye, guys. Have a good one.